Hey there folks, thanks for joining us. I'm just going to go over to the maze over there and dig some more of that soil, that earth that I dug the other day, because I need some more, because that stuff's quite good, I think. So yeah, this is just a regular cornfield, as you can see here, and this is the exact spot here at the foot of this maze or corn, I don't know what you call it. Guess you call it corn, but anyway, so down there I've got a bucket, shovel, and here it is. Yeah, at this stage it's kind of it's dirty, of course, isn't it? I mean, it's got all manner of... It doesn't actually have hardly any stones in it. What I'll have to do is bring some soil from somewhere else to fill in this hole. Okay, that's as much as I'm going to take right now. I'll leave that there just for now. I want to take you into my kiln shed, because yeah, we had a firing. I had a firing, and I wanted to show you the results of some pots and also that field glaze. So let's just arrange this tripod here. Yeah. So why don't I talk about that field glaze immediately, as we've just... So I had these two pots, you see, in the firing, and these were actually at the top of the kiln where it's coolest. So this was I applied it on a bisque fired pot, which was this one. So it was fired just on the inside and just over the lip, and then on the outside of the pot here I just sprayed wood ash. You see, it's just a little T-ball. So I think you'll be able to see there how the glaze... This is... Oh, my neighbour's just coming by. Hang on folks. Just to show you, this is the field glaze after I processed it and put it on a... That's a different T-ball. This one is actually raw. This one has not been bisque fired, whereas this one... So I should be showing you the... So there you have it. That's the field glaze, you see. So what I'm going to do is... Bearing in mind that you're probably thinking it doesn't look very smooth, Simon. Well, that's because I put it on top of a piece like this, you see. It's got all this kind of slip on it, and so it makes it a bit rough looking. Let's just take it out into the sunshine, because sometimes it's nice to see these things in a good light, isn't it? So, all right, so there you can see nicely reduced body here. You'll notice that in odd spots the glaze has not quite filled in there. It's melted pretty well, but just these odd little places. That's because of probably a little bit of trapped air underneath the glaze because of that slip I put on. But I mean, and right down the bottom there you may see not quite properly melted there, you see. So, but altogether a pretty pleasing result considering that was just taken straight out of the field. It didn't run as I thought it might have done, as it appears to be actually pretty stable, the glaze. No indication of pooling of the glaze down the bottom here. It's absolutely stable, which is brilliant. Just needs to go a little hotter, and because I had it on the top of the kiln I can put it down lower and it will go hotter. So I'm sure you're as surprised as I am. I was surprised that, well, you know, when you do this kind of thing you expect, don't you, to have to play around with glazes and clays and such. So let's just quickly go through some of these pots, and I'll bring them up to the camera just to show you. So basically I had a lot of mugs or tankards, as you can see, and they all came out very well. Celadon one here with an iron oxide foxglove. I'm not going to bring these all up to the camera, I'm just going to show you the odd few. This was a different decoration. I was just branching out, doing something a little different. I have a few of those. More of these foxgloves, which have behaved pretty well. It's a satisfactory decoration. The foxglove, it fits on a lot of forms and a lot of shapes. It's a very forgiving kind of decoration. It's easy to, you know, apply on different. I've got some of these ones. I don't even know what I call this kind of decoration, but the stripy, what have you, with the blue wash and then the iron oxide, synthetic red iron oxide. I've done this before, you see, with natural red iron oxide, and I've not had a good result. Now this was, remember I had some of those tankards that were a bit overfired in the bisque. Well, this was one of those. You notice that the glaze is not so white because it's thinner, more thinly applied. Quite a lot of iron speckling coming through because it's a thinner application, you see. So whereas a thicker application you still get the iron coming through, but it's just a little bit more subdued. So yeah, so I've got those. I also got some beakers, these slightly smaller mugs, one fingered handle like that, kind of quite a satisfactory handle for holding, supporting on there and then with the through there. Quite good, quite nice. Yeah, I had a bunch of regular GP bowls, my usual. These of course fired face to face in a kiln like that. Just an iron oxide and a cobalt line there, banded. Some of them I did little decorations on, just to. I've had a lot of these guys. I think we did a video on these, didn't we? Little ramekins with the throne handle, wood ash on the outside, milky semi-opaque glaze on the inside with a cobalt decoration. I've got a number of these. They're kind of satisfactory, aren't they? I'm pleased with those. They came out good. This was a little demo pod I did on one of my workshops. It was I was demonstrating about throwing a cylinder and then doing a rolled rim, and then demonstrating making putting in a gallery there, you see, for the lid, showing people how to do that, and then fluting it. That's that. Yeah, routine stuff here, folks, you know, nothing really. Some little bud vases, yeah, quite nice. Happy with them. That picture I showed you, remember, in the last video, the one with the indentation here at the back where the handle is, so your fingers can very easily get hold of it there, and the handle doesn't have to stick out quite so far. Yeah, that was wood ash with sort of red iron oxide flecks underneath. Yeah, it came out okay. Nothing spectacular. These are more of the same, more of those GPs. Always have GPs, don't we? Oh yeah, here we have a couple of things. Oh, these actually came out really well. Remember a while back I did, maybe you don't, but look it up on my video channel. I had in a book, I had a photograph of a rather nice little dish, and I decided I wanted to copy it, and so we did it's a shallow dish. Now this one has got, you see, the base finish like that, alright, wood ash on the outside and just glazed on the inside, red iron oxide slip on the inside, and then sgraffito decoration, you see, through the, rather nice. I like it. It was a fairly good representation, actually. It was a black and white photograph of what was in the book that I was copying, and what I didn't do too badly actually with this sgraffito work. Now here's another one. This is the same, but now this one has got a very slightly different foot, you see. It's got the raised foot there, alright, and hollowed out in the middle. Again, now this is red iron oxide slip all over, and then a milky glaze over the top. And this one came out quite nicely. The other one, probably a slightly thicker application. You see a little bit of the bluey grey milkiness of the glaze that was on top, whereas this one didn't have quite so much. So it's come out the more predominant, the red iron oxide underneath the glaze, you see. Just a little bit up there in the corner, a bit of that. Yeah. So just to show you those two little dishes that were the subject of a video that I did. Oh, I don't know how long ago it was now. Yeah. What else? Oh, one tea bowl here. Quite nice little tea bowl, actually. This was thrown and beaten with a chopstick. You see, to get that kind of the indentations. Do this while it's wet. You see on the wheel. And then bisfied, and then sprayed over just in a couple of places with wood ash. Well, you'll see there, you see where the indentations are, how the glaze pools in the indentations and goes a darker colour. So you know, you learn by doing, don't you? You think, oh wow, hang on, wait a minute, if I did that all over, and then with wood ash all over, perhaps, you know, you get a. But sometimes it's nice to have contrast, isn't it? Not always to have to do everything all over, but leave a little breathing space, you know. Yeah, leave a breathing space. That's a good definition, I think. Anyway, that's wood ash directly out of my fireplace, you see. Now you can imagine using that same technique on a pot like that and just spraying that wood ash over it. What a nice subtle result you could get. You know, just with these. Just the pooling and the darker, you know, you could imagine. Anyway, I'll show you that. That was quite nice. Pleased with that. Oh yeah, a couple of little dishes here, or three. This is a very nice little dish. They don't always come out as nice as that. That is a little Temmaku cut-sided dish. Yeah, nice soft feel to it, just gently breaking on the corners here. So yeah, pleased with that. That was good. Then I had a couple more little dishes, same idea, but these were with red iron oxide slip and the white glaze. Quite a nice effect, isn't it? I think it's very satisfactory, this red iron oxide slip with the white sort of feldspathic milky glaze over the top. The only thing about these two is, as you'll see, I didn't clean them off properly, you see. So when they sat on the shelf, you see a drip occurred there and it stuck to the shelf. And the same with that one, though. I didn't give enough clearance across here, you see. Too low in the middle, and it touched. So that's a lesson, isn't it? And I feel the thickness. Yeah, I could have trimmed this deeper a little bit, you see, on both of those, and avoided that. Never mind, you see. The thing is, don't want to just look at things purely from the technical point of view. You know, you might think, oh, that pot now is like, because of that little flaw, you've got to look at the big picture. Apart from that, how is it? You see, sort of don't throw it out just because of a small technical flaw. I have one bigger piece. Again, exactly the same glaze. You see, with the wax decoration and banded lines, all right, which I did before I dipped it in the. Now that's a peach, that one, isn't it? It came out actually pretty nice. They don't always come out. They don't always come out as nice as that, but I'll tell you what, it's a pretty reliable combination. You know, you get the red iron oxide with that white glaze over the top. You can. It's generally pretty satisfactory. On the inside, there's no iron slip in there, you see. So yeah, that was actually, that's a nice little piece. Pleased with that. Yep. Pleased with that indeed. Yeah. So that's it, folks. That's the firing. So really just wanted to bring you in on, as much as anything, to show you the field glaze and the results that we managed to get. Now this piece in my hand is raw fired, okay? No bisque firing. It's just dipped in that field glaze, you know, shortly after it was thrown and finished, and then put straight in the kiln. That cuts out a lot of headache, doesn't it? I like that. Thanks for joining us, folks, and please visit my website, simonleachpottery.com. What else should I say? Yeah, keep following on. I hope these videos are helpful to you, and yeah, make some comments there. Write to me if you want to. I'll try to respond. I do to most people, I think. I try to. So yeah, some T-bowls there you see along the wall that with a white slip on, which I've done some sort of sgraffito through the white slip, and the ones on the end there, these three here, they're just the clay slip put over the top. Yeah, I'm just trying to do a few different things, a few new things. Okay, folks, that's it. Thanks a lot for joining us, and take care, and don't forget, keep practicing. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.